Revenge films.
I was living with just my husband, the two of us together. We had wanted children for a long time but had been unsuccessful. Until recently, when I was finally told I was pregnant, and I was very excited. But my first pregnancy was far more difficult than I had imagined. My morning sickness, my stomach and back pain were honestly so awful that I'm barely able to get through each day. My husband, on the other hand, had zero sympathy and was completely uninterested, instead saying things like,
"What the hell? This is all we have for dinner again?"
"I'm sorry, my morning sickness was really bad today, but you know I grit my teeth and did my best to hold it all in and make this."
You know, morning sickness isn't an actual sickness, so stop making excuses. How much longer is it gonna continue for? Sheesh, you're not even working, so stop trying to get out of your housewife duties.
And all he did was shame me. I was always feeling nauseous at any given moment due to the morning sickness, so I was already feeling unwell and mentally weak, but my husband's words were rubbing salt all over my wounds. On top of that, he wouldn't even lift a finger to help with anything around the house. He wouldn't hold a single bag of groceries, no matter how heavy. Even then, thinking about the baby in my belly made me happier above all else, and that made my husband's harassment slightly more bearable. Luckily, our baby was growing steadily and healthily inside of me. Despite enduring my husband's sharp tongue, I was heading into my third trimester, ready to welcome my little baby into the world in just a few more days. Then one evening, as I was running my hand over my big belly saying, "I can't wait to meet you soon," to the baby, when I suddenly felt like my underwear was wet. I went to check, and I was shocked to find that my water had broken. "No way, already?" I rushed to call my husband. "Honey, my water broke. My contractions have started and I'm in so much pain. Please come home now."
Huh? I can't right now.
"What? Why not?"
I'm drinking with my colleagues. You should be fine to give birth alone, right? It's not like anything changes whether I'm there or not anyway.
"Why can't you leave drinks? You go drinking with them all the time. I told you my water broke and I'm going into labor."
You're the one giving birth, so there's no reason I should have to go.
"I'm gonna feel so much stronger with you there. It's your baby, so please help me." We live really close to his office, a few minutes drive.
You're so annoying. I told you already that I'm out drinking, so can't go. Just let me know when you're done. Bye.
"Hey, wait a minute!" But the phone line was already dead. I had no choice but to fight through the painful contractions and call an ambulance by myself. I went through hours of difficult labor alone with the nurses and eventually was able to give birth to a healthy baby.
Congratulations, it's a boy.
Thank you very much. When I met my baby for the very first time, I was so moved that tears were streaming down my face. In any other world, my husband should have been here by my side, and I was overcome with sadness at the thought. From now on, I have to protect this baby no matter what. I got this. I promised myself this as I held him close. The next morning, I tried to call my husband because I wanted him to meet our new baby, but I couldn't get a hold of him. He should be off of work today. I thought maybe he was hungover and still sleeping, and around 3 p.m., I was finally able to get him on the phone. "Your little baby is born. It's a baby boy. When are you going to come? You get your visiting hours, but I have to let the hospital know too."
I don't think I can today. I got home pretty late yesterday, so I'm really hungover. My head hurts too much.
Your child was just born, and you're telling me your hangover is too bad? Plus, you have work tomorrow. By the time you finish, it'll be past the visiting hours at the hospital.
Why can't I just see him when he comes home? More importantly, when are you gonna be discharged from the hospital? You know you need to cook for me too, so stop taking your time.
I need to stay in the hospital for about 5 more days, so I can't.
What? 5 days? What the hell is that? Stop trying to get out of doing the chores. You can't come home any sooner? Your job is to be a housewife, not to lie around in bed.
I was stunned by my husband's attitude. I just put my life on the line giving birth to our baby, and yet he doesn't have a single word of congratulations or encouragement or thanks, nor will he come to see the baby. When my friends gave birth, I went to visit them in the hospital a few times. Every single time, the husbands were there, either looking through the window and admiring their baby, or holding them close in their arms. That's why I thought that no matter how cold my husband was during my pregnancy, that when he saw the baby, he would warm up and treat us well. But I quickly learned that that was all my own fantasy. In the end, my husband didn't come that day, nor the next day, nor the day after that. Finally, towards the end of the week, I got a call from him.
I have time today, so I'll come.
He said, so, "All right, sure. Can you bring a pen with you too?
A pen? Why can't you just borrow one from the hospital?
Yes, I need you to bring a pen so you can sign the divorce papers.
Huh? What are you saying? What do you mean, divorce papers?
What do I mean? You gave me zero support while pregnant, all the way up until I went into labor and gave birth, and you haven't even come to see the baby yet. I don't want to live with someone like that anymore, nor do I want to have any marriage or connection to you anymore. Oh, and I already spoke to your parents about it, so I'm sure they've tried to reach out already.
Yeah, I had a few missed calls from them, actually. But that's ridiculous! I just said I'll go today to see the baby!
Anyone who is going to be putting his own baby second to his own needs, or even third in your case, isn't worthy of being a father.
Hey, now, wait a minute! That's my baby!
Nope, I won't wait. And pretty soon he won't be your baby either. I've held my tongue and tolerated this for long enough. So you can stay home today, pack up your things, and get out.
Get out? And go where?
You can decide that for yourself. This apartment was mine before you moved in, so it definitely doesn't make sense for you to stay after we get divorced. Both of my parents have also said they never want to see your face ever again.
You've gotta be kidding me. You have no reason to divorce me at all.
Why do you think this is a joke? There's no way you don't know how dangerous it is to leave a woman whose water broke, right? You're not that dumb, are you, to not know the bare minimum of how urgent it is when the water breaks? And even then, you chose to prioritize drinking with your colleagues. What makes you think I need a husband like that?
I know that was wrong. I'm sorry about it. I'm going to apologize, so please think this through.
Trust me, I've thought about it a lot, and this is my conclusion. If you're not going to sign the papers today, then I'll just go through a lawyer later to finalize the divorce anyway.
Come on, wait, please. You said get out, but you know I have nowhere to go.
On the other side of the phone, my husband sounded like he was about to cry, but I could not have cared less. Shortly after, my baby and I were safely discharged from the hospital. In the end, my husband never showed up to the hospital and refused to sign the papers. So I did exactly as I said I would and hired a lawyer to finalize the divorce. When I got home, my husband was still there waiting for me.
Please, give this another chance. I want to see my child grow up too, you know?
Huh? Why are you trying to say this now? There's no way I'm gonna let the baby meet a piece of crap like you after the divorce. If you're not gonna get out, then I'm happy to call the police to help you. As soon as I said that, he grabbed his things and scurried out in a rush. Once he was kicked out of my apartment, my husband apparently went crying to his parents at their home, but...
What goes around comes around. Because of you, I don't get to see my precious grandchild or watch them grow up. I never want to see your face either. Do whatever you want, but don't show up here ever again.
And his parents didn't let them into their house either. After that, I didn't want to see him, so I accepted the absolute minimum of meetings between him and the baby, and the rest I left for the lawyer to handle. Apparently, he looked like a dead man's corpse by the end of it all, but that's not my problem. At his workplace, my ex-husband's colleagues and bosses all knew from a while back that I was about to give birth, but word got around that my ex-husband ignored the fact that my water broke just to drink with his colleagues, and my friend told him that he is not in very good standing there now. Among the female colleagues, I heard that the guy ignored his wife when she said her water broke, and she was asking for help, and he just turned his phone off and kept drinking with his colleagues. Can you believe it?
I know, how disgusting. It's obvious that she should get a divorce from him. Thank goodness the baby was okay. Nobody needs a husband like that. It's no wonder he was thrown out.
They said behind his back. His boss had something to say too.
You know, this was going to be your first child, and we were planning on giving you a celebratory bonus as a company. It looks like you are not worthy of anything like that at all.
And it changed the way that people looked at him at work. As a result, nobody went near him in the office anymore, and he was left all alone. People say they often see him doing his shopping in sweatpants at the convenience store, taking home sad lunch packs and microwave dinners every day to his small, lonely apartment. After the divorce, I of course received child support fees and a settlement fee. Towards the end, my husband was in such a state of shock about the divorce that luckily he didn't put up a fight, but it was clear that he must have mistaken a wife for a maid. I'm going to have my hands full with my child from now on, so I'm really glad that I was able to get rid of such big baggage.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.